The coastal town of Shediac is sometimes called the lobster capital of the world, an important part of New Brunswick's seafood industry, which was worth $1.8 billion in exports last year alone. That industry relies significantly on the work of temporary foreign workers, or TFWs. Advocates from the Migrant Workers Alliance for Change say TFWs and other migrants should have permanent resident status in Canada. Recently, a group of people met at a park in downtown Shediac, calling on the federal government to take action. Shediac wasn't the only location of protests recently. The Migrant Workers Alliance for Change also announced protests in Vancouver, Montreal, and Toronto, Canada's three largest cities. Those protests came after Parliament adjourned on June 21st without an announcement on the regularization of undocumented workers, a long-standing demand of migrant justice advocates. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, in his December 2021 mandate letter to the Minister of Immigration, Sean Fraser, instructed the minister to build on existing pilot programs to further explore ways of regularizing status for undocumented workers. The letter also tells the immigration minister to expand pathways to permanent residence for international students and temporary foreign workers through its so-called Express Entry program.
We are here today to remind the Prime Minister and all the ministers that they went on vacation and they didn't bring any resolution to the undocumented workers and the migrant workers across the country. So this is unfair that they're doing this while they're going on vacation, enjoying their holidays, while undocumented workers are being deported, while migrant workers are being abused, receiving abuse by the employers, while migrant workers are suffering homeless because some of them are being kicked out by the employers. So it's not fair that the government goes on vacation without giving a solution.
Stacey Niche is a temporary foreign worker, a single mother from Jamaica who works in seafood production. She told the MB Media Co-op that she has experienced alleged instances of racism on the job. In particular, she said a supervisor told foreign workers they aren't allowed to speak to each other.
So if I'm not feeling well, I can come and say, Nigel, I'm not feeling well, so he can assist me outside, but no, they don't want that. It's like racist. Supervisor, she come in and said, no talking, and we asked why. They said, honestly, some of the workers, they talk a bit loud. But all you need to tell them, tone down your voice. But when you're telling us if you're feeling sick and you cannot say to another fellow worker, that is wrong. That is totally wrong. Because when she tells us no talking, she and the Canadians, they will talk all day, laugh all day, and nothing. And we can't say nothing, so I still talk. I talk to them beside me because I'm not going to stand there and not feeling well, I don't say anything. So one of the plant manager come in and talk to her about it, and then now eventually everyone now start to talk, but they talk on a low speed volume. But with me now, honestly, with the government, yes, they need to regularize and give us, the temporary workers, permanent resident. As for me, I'm a single mom here. I have a 17-month-old baby. I need a job that I can go to that is regular instead of to be in a factory where I get paid like every 2 weeks, sometimes no work. I need something that can support me and the baby. And as a single mom, and I leave my other kids back in Jamaica, and I would like for them to come so we can unite together.
So you've been working here for these years, and you've got these problems on the job, but you can't actually go and look for another job. You can't get another job because your status is tied to your employer, correct?
Exactly. It's tied to just one person. So we're sure, and if we could get an open permit, we could do all 2 jobs, or we can get a better job somewhere. Because most of the places that I even email, call, go to for a job, they said if you did have an open permit, you are welcome. But because our permit is only tied to one company, it's hard for us to get another job.
You know, why it's important for you as a worker in this situation to be speaking out and demanding change?
Definitely, we need a change. And if I'm the one that to come out to get that change, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. We need a change, and we are the one that come in this country to do all the works that Canadians don't want to do. So it's fair for us to get the residency, or if they can give everyone the residency, give us an open permit so we can go out there and work, so we can support our family.
Are there other temporary foreign workers who you know who feel the same way that you do?
Yes, there's a lot. There's a lot, but most of them, some of them are really scared of coming out to give their speech. But I understand, but I'm going to come and speak for everyone.
The NB Media Co-op reached out to the federal government for this story. We requested interviews with the Minister of Immigration and the Minister of Employment. They were unavailable, but spokespeople from their departments provided emailed statements. Here are some of the details, starting with Employment and Social Development Canada, or ESDC, which oversees the Temporary Foreign Worker Program. The spokesperson stressed that they cannot comment on any specific cases for privacy reasons. The statement said in part that racism or any mistreatment and abuse of temporary foreign workers or any worker is unacceptable and will not be tolerated. The spokesperson encouraged TFWs who have faced mistreatment or abuse to call a confidential tip line. She said the tip line is open 24/7 with agents offering services in 200 languages. There's also an online reporting tool where temporary foreign workers or other concerned parties can report situations of suspected program misuse or abuse. The spokesperson pointed to a $50 million program that's meant to support and empower migrant workers by helping them to learn, understand, and exercise their rights in Canada. The statement also noted recent changes to immigration regulations, including a ban on reprisals by employers against their workers. The Media Co-op also received a statement from Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada. That statement said that a series of actions have been taken to improve labor mobility and to reduce worker vulnerability for temporary foreign workers. Examples include a policy allowing them to more quickly change employers by allowing workers to start a new job before a new work permit is issued. In 2019, Immigration Canada also introduced open work permits for vulnerable workers. As for permanent residency, IRCC said that a number of pathways already exist for temporary foreign workers. We'll post more details from those statements on our website, nbmediacoop.org. Of course, these statements are unlikely to satisfy migrant justice activists who have called for years for temporary foreign workers to receive permanent status on arrival. At the same time, the government faces pressure from businesses who say that they need temporary foreign workers to do work that Canadians are unwilling to do, at least under current working conditions and pay. For the NB Media Co-op, I'm David Gordon-Koch.